This is a course that gives a survey of African American history from the beginning of Africans coming to the U.S. For the first group of Africans who came, as actually they were indentured servants when they arrived there, up to the end of the Civil War. And so we pay attention to the African background, then the eventual slave trade that brought many more people of African heritage to the U.S. We look at the blending of the merger of European influence and African experience on the new North American, particularly USA, experience and culture. This is an ARA course, so it satisfies the requirements of race studies or studies in race course. And we use a variety of media. We use, of course, text. We look at excerpts from a number of documentaries as well that deal with people and events of this time frame. We try to give them, the students who take this course, a good background where they can understand African American history, early African American history, and how it perhaps connects to the current present American society. What we want to do is, I think, students should be able to have a general knowledge of some of the major players, events of this period, from the early background of African heritage up to the middle of the 19th century. They should be able to make short written responses to any query about that, and or perhaps even speak in a short oral presentation to explain a certain event or person. So, for example, if someone asks, what was the Underground Railroad? Then the student who has taken this class should be able to explain some of the major players of the Underground Railroad, how it got started, how it operated, in say a 2 or 3 minute short oral response. We also want the students to try to recognize what were some of the cause-effect relationships. I think earlier when you were filming the class, I tried to ask students to try to connect to the past, what's happening at the time that time frame that we're looking at, the time period that we're looking at the moment, and to try to show how they are often related and not just isolated events that happen suddenly. We also try to get students to do good analysis of websites, because students nowadays rely on the web for a lot of their school studies. And so we have website assignments where students visit certain websites that I've chosen to analyze and summarize. Some of the websites are intentionally non-academic so that the students can be able to pick that up and say, well, this site is lacking because of A, B, and C. Or this site is good because of D, E, and F. And whether the site would be useful for academic research or not. So we have 2 or 3 of those every term. And other sources could be academic journals as well that they can access through the online database, through the library. Most of the students take this course. I usually ask this question at the beginning of the term. You're interested in history? And 1 or 2 hands may go up. And then I said, well, why, most people, I ask, why are you taking this course? And most of the students are taking it because they have to satisfy the ARA requirement for their, during their time at Temple University. And so they're there for the ARA requirement, and they pretty much say so. But all in all, I think it's an enjoyable course. I think the students like it and get something out of it, at least enough to kind of dispel some of the myths that they may have heard about African American history from this time period. That's all. Peace. Oh, peace.